Hello everyone and welcome to match day 15 of ESL Pro League Season 7. We are live, locked and loaded and ready to go from the Intel Esports Arena. And I am not alone. Once again, my brother-in-arms Snods, you're here with me. How are you feeling?
I'm doing all right, brother-in-arms. I like that one. I like that one. Yeah, I'm doing well. Usually people could just call me Snoods or the other guy, or the other guy on the camera. But, you know, I'll take that compliment.
Yeah, man. It's all right. I got you.
Aww.
But there is a lot of exciting stuff going down on the stream today. It should be jam-packed with action. I think we've actually got some very close games, really.
Yeah, we do. Obviously, the one standing out for me is the game in the middle. Obviously, you know, that could be the fight for #1 here already in Pro League Season 7. So a lot on the cards, a lot on the table.
Yeah, it's very true. And talking about that table, let's dive straight into it and see where everyone is situated and just how this is going to affect standings getting into today's games.
Yeah, obviously Na'Vi.gg.bet right now, #1. We saw them play yesterday versus Heroic, surprisingly going 1-for-1, but we saw them, you know, feeling comfortable here, comfortable enough to bring out cash for the first time in a long time.
Oh, look, I like that. We've added some little chevrons.
Oh, that is nice. That is nice, actually. Mousesports going up too, obviously. My gosh, do you remember the Mousesports LDLC game yesterday went the distance? LDLC being 13-2 up and still losing that one. LDLC actually, the loss yesterday going down 2 places, second to last, but obviously, rock bottom there, EnVyUs. 7 points, 12 maps played, so I wouldn't be too worried here for LDLC. They have, oh, actually, let's have a think here. 4 games. So obviously, if EnVyUs do well here today, plus if they get a few more best, well, 1-1, for example, maybe there's a chance they can overtake LDLC, and LDLC are going to be heartbroken with that. Not only because, obviously, their goal here as this team is to stay within Pro League, but the way that they've lost some of these games, you know, they've always had, you know, match points and games in overtimes where the losses just add up.
Yeah, it's true. Always throwing it away at the last second, it seems. But it is going to be unfortunate. But let's put that to one side and move on now to today's schedule and have a look at who exactly is going to be duking it out. Actually, on the main stream, we get LDLC as well. That's going to be LDLC versus G2.
You know, obviously, we're used to having the LDLC boys in blue on the secondary stream. But yeah, G2 versus LDLC. I mean, it doesn't really get too easy for LDLC there. Obviously, they are going to be feeling EnVyUs coming up behind them, so they need to get wins soon as well. Astralis versus Fnatic. That's a big one for me, obviously. Fnatic right now 12th, 3rd from the bottom, but then again, they've got some games to play. They've got, you know, about 3 more maps, you know, leeway between some of these teams. So 1-1 here versus Astralis, so maybe a 2-0 versus an Ago or versus an LDLC, and they should be fine to avoid relegation. FaZe, Fnatic, FaZe and NIP is a good one as well. NIP actually 4th right now, ahead of FaZe at 7.
Yeah, that's true. Over on our stream here at the secondary stream there, you've got EnVyUs versus HellRaisers as our first matchup of the day. And then moving on the middle game, the one that we were looking at that can be quite spicy. Space Soldiers, a team that have performed amazingly so far in their first season, the debut season of Pro League.
Yeah, all I see is Inferno and Cobble there, mate.
Yeah, that is true. It's a lot of Inferno and Cobble. And then towards the end, we thought we'd spice it up a little bit. So we did Cobble Inferno.
Yeah, obviously, you know, change the way we do the same things here. Ago versus Mousesports. Ago really impressing yesterday, actually. The 2-0 versus HellRaisers.
Yeah, but will they be able to get an upset versus Mousesports? Mousesports looking a little bit shaky into yesterday's game, so maybe there's a chance.
Very true. Mousesports, I mean, right now, where are they? #3, 34 points, 18 games played. So they've played a lot of games here, obviously. I believe the most played is 20 for Heroic. Wow, those guys are grinding. But, yeah I mean, right now, the real ones to look at for me is Fnatic. They've still got a lot of leeway there. EnVyUs as well. You know, they're both on 12 maps played. They're 6 maps behind teams like G2 and Heroic, who are only, you know, 10 points ahead. So, you know, there is a way to get back into this one for some of these teams.
It's true. I think both of these games that we actually have available to us on the main stream and on the B stream today are going to affect standings quite a lot. This is actually going to be a really important day for a lot of these teams.
Well, how many more days of Pro League is there? 3, 4? I think, well, including this one, there's maybe 4 days of Pro League left. So, yeah, we need to see these teams really start to wake up now.
Yeah, we're getting towards the end portion, so things need to come true if they're actually going to get any momentum behind the later portions of these squads that have a lot of games left to play. But let's break down our first game of the day. Envy versus HellRaisers is game #1.
Yes.
What are you thinking about that?
Not sure, really. Obviously, within recent form, EnVyUs, it just can't be understated here that this team is struggling.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I mean, we saw the roster move. Obviously, Hadji coming into the main lineup.
Our boy Hadji.
Our boy Hadji. I mean, he impressed, right? We saw him always on the academy team, but he was a big dog. In terms of madfrag and capability, this guy could rip off heads left, right, and center. That was obviously discovered and noticed by the main squad that then moved him on up to slot him in. But unfortunately, he's not really had a superstar run because the team around him has been struggling in recent times.
It's true, you know. For Hadji, we obviously watched him through, was it 2 seasons of the Elite Series?
Yeah.
He did so well. I think he was star player alongside of Jax as well as another top player there. But Hadji, you could tell Hadji had a bit more skill, a bit more potential as well. And yeah, here he is now on the main roster. Great decision from EnVyUs to have the academy team. Saves themselves, you know, the 50k or the 6-figure buyouts, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And here they have Hadji for free, essentially. They've nurtured him through the academy team. They bring him into the main team. But obviously, this is what happens when you have these star players on lesser teams, is when they go into with the big dogs, you know, you're not taking positions from RPK. You're not taking positions on the CT side from Happy. In terms of roles, you're left, you know, with the scraps of Bear. You know, is Hadji playing the star positions he was back on the academy team, back at Gfinity Elite Series? You know, I highly doubt that. Yeah,
that's true, right? Because that was where he kind of made his mark, right? Over the period of, what, 19 weeks, we witnessed him just be able to pick up huge games, huge big results for him there, where Envy looked like they'd really found a bit of a star player. And as you said, that's the factor of having that academy team. Malik obviously noticing him there and suggesting that, look, if we need to make a roster change, let's use Hadji. He brings Brought up into the main squad, but that is the issue. You can't really overpower an RPK. You can't really come in and just sort of step up.
Kiyoshima, yeah, exactly. That's the problem. You know, is there room for a player like that? It's hard to say, because not only is he uncomfortable in terms of roles on the T, especially on the CT side as well, in terms of positions, having to learn new parts of the map they have to defend now, but also experience. He's uncomfortable in terms of being inexperienced at this tier 2, tier 1 level, plus inexperienced in terms of the roles and positions he's playing now as well. You know, the amount to learn for Hadji at this moment in time is just crazy. You know, he may need another 2-3 months before we really start to see him shine, but does this EnVyUs roster have 3 months left? I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, right now, Stragon, obviously, they are at the 14th place right now, the very bottom of Pro League. That is subject to change if they can actually get some wins under their belts, as there's a little while left to go for them. They haven't played all their games yet, but...
That's true. They haven't played all their games. They played 12. Yeah, well, they're behind LDLC by 1. Obviously, whichever team comes 14th gets auto-relegated. They do not play in the, you know, MDL, like, move up, you know, best of 3 they have on LAN, for example. EnVyUs are on 7 points, and they are trailing behind 8 behind LDLC. So that's 3 wins they're behind, or 2 wins plus an overtime win. And they have 4 more matches, so they need to win 3 out of 4, which is doable. You know, HellRaisers haven't had the best run of form in Pro League the last week that we've been casting them. Obviously, they had the 1-1 versus Mousesports. They had the 0-2 yesterday versus a team as well that was struggling in Pro League. Before yesterday, they were 3rd from the bottom at 12th, and obviously having the 2-0 has, you know, pulsed them up just a little bit, back up to number 10, I believe, or 11 even. But yeah, they need the 2-0 here versus HellRaisers, otherwise EnVyUs could be the auto-relegated team.
Yeah, it's true. It's going to be hard, obviously, for these sides to actually get momentum behind them, but there's still a chance. They've still got to try and fight tooth and nail through. And will we see a little bit of limelight on Hadji? That's always going to be interesting, as he can be a bit of a mad fragger at times, but it seems like he hasn't really blossomed into the roster just yet. But for the rest of the Envy side, Snods, what are you looking at here between these two maps? Obviously, we've got Inferno and Cobble all day. So let's just get your predictions for the first series for both of these. Inferno and Cobblestone for both of these teams. Where do you see this being going?
I think it's a 1-1. I think EnVyUs take Inferno. I think Cobblestone's fairly lenient towards HellRaisers. Obviously, going 1-1 versus Mousesports. They had the 16-7 versus Mousesports on Cobblestone. A strong map for themselves. And EnVyUs, yes, they had the 1 versus 1, the 1-1 versus Gambit last night in ECS. They also had the 1-1 versus FaZe as well last night in Pro League. That was the first game with Exist. Gambit, a team as well that's having struggles now with the addition of Seized. So, yeah, versus HellRaisers, a team that's been together now for what? Oof. Since we started casting Pro League, how long? Well, myself casting Pro League, what, September?
It's been quite a while.
Late August? Yeah, good, you know. 6-7 months this team's been together, so now we start to see them having success versus the newer rosters such as EnVyUs.
That's true, right? Because they've got a lot more structure there. We've got Def in the playbook. They're actually going to be able to work things out from that position. They've always been a team that is quite tactical, quite smart around the way they approach lineups and dismantle them systematically. But for EnVyUs, obviously, you've made the sort of recent addition of Agi. It was a little while ago now, but there's still a lot that goes into there to actually sort things out. So let's see if they've been able to iron out some kinks going into today's matchup. We'll be diving into our first match of the day. It is going to be Inferno, HellRaisers on the CT side, Envy starting off on the T side, Snods.
They are indeed. Early aggression here from Angel, peeking in towards middle, and now second mid as well. Spots a few of the heads here from EnVyUs. And it will fall back, actually take that back as he goes in towards Boiler with the aggressive angle. Still has the backup as well of Issa. As we do see Dead Fox wielding the CZ smoke. So no CT defuse here currently for HellRaisers. But still, 2 players entrenched towards that B side. Dead Fox with the CZ up close and personal with that smoke as well towards CT. Mondik playing towards Coffin with the headshot angle. It seems like the bomb's making its way back through second mid, Jack, in towards Banana. As we may be having these EnVyUs players conclude on that B-bomb side.
Yeah, seems like as of right now, slowly grouping up. The Wolfpack and Scream, Kiyoshima and RPK are making their play up towards top Banana, but instead they actually deviate back round. Just going to leave Kyo there. Kyo looking out, trying to scout and see what you can actually find with his Glock, but They reposition. They head back round up towards the A site. They've got no utility, only the one decoy grenade on Haji, and that's not really going to help out too much. But here goes the burst. Slip their way through. Trying to sneak up towards the site. That's a nice shot from Woxic, though. Beats down Scream. Issa's tagged fairly low. But this push is still coming around. Angel as well. Tremendously low. Haji eventually will be able to connect that shot with the Glock. Haji comes through on Issa. You can get the bomb plant now. And the 24-second mark. As it will go down. It's a 3 versus 3 retake now, Snuts.
3 versus 3. No defuse gear here for the CT side as Dead Fox opted for that CZ. And let's see what he can do with it right now. Coming in from apartments. Finds one frag there onto Happy in towards the default side. Now Woxic will be taken down, dispatched off by RPK, and so does Dead Fox. Falls to his grave. 1-0 now as we go into round number 2. EnVyUs with the fake towards the B site. Come back in towards the burst up middle. HellRaisers playing very heavy towards Graveyard and towards Pit, giving up control towards apartments, towards Quad as well, allowing themselves to be bursted and rushed upon. Maybe giving too much ground there for EnVyUs, because in the retake, having no defuse kit there meant so much pressure in terms of the clock. Interesting as well, Dead Fox using his smoke grenade with 55 seconds left, and EnVyUs not exploiting that. Smoke goes out towards B. You know that a player there towards the CT site has no Kevlar, so you can rush him down fairly easily. But maybe they're expecting more of a stack towards the B site. Obviously, hindsight is 2020, especially as we have the X-ray as well. Smoke in towards the banana. HellRaisers going for a retake towards banana, but instead, happy with the smart decision to fall back.
Envy. See if they can actually get this second round. Obviously, the mass investment into SMGs can pay off if you can actually find those frags. But if you get punished, get overpowered in close range by the CZs, that's where it gets a bit awkward. You could be going toe-to-toe with these pistols that can be so lethal in that close range.
Just realised 5 Mac-10 buy from EnVyUs.
It's risky.
I know, no AKs, but we know Haji is the master, the don of the Mac-10.
He really is.
It really is.
Let's see if he'll actually show some of that off snods. The push comes round. Haji with the entry, as we expected, as he'll be able to burst his way out onto the site now. Issa firing down with the CZ, but not really going to be effective with it. Second frag found by Happy there on Angel. There's only 3 CTs remain. They're just being picked to pieces. The Mac-10 buy is going to work out incredibly well, surprisingly enough. They only lose Keo, but they pay for themselves with the weapons they went for.
Frag there, onto Happy. So Mac-10 can be saved here, plus as well, Smoke, Molotov, CZ, so Dead Fox, if he can save the Mac-10 into the next round, maybe we drop that CZ over to another player, has a Smoke for Banana, Molotov as well if they want to go for a retake towards top Banana. But find out shortly. It's the bomb. Will explode now and send us into the third round, but it will be a 2-0 here for EnVyUs. Dead Fox is spotted out, has to chuck the Molotov prematurely before the round does end, and in the fire, RPK will go 1 for 1 as he meets his maker. 2-0 now, Jack. As it will be an AK buy coming from Happy, but the Mac-10s are still here for EnVyUs so they can play fast, play aggressive. They know that no weapons were saved from HellRaisers, so they are going to be expecting just a full, clean eco. Wow. This is risky. This is very risky. I rate this.
Yeah, they're going to go for the play and see if they can actually make it work. Woxic obviously on the scout. If he can get a couple of tags out, you can really strap a load of health off those players early, then the CZs can come through. Tons of utility as well. This might work out quite nicely for HellRaisers, but it depends. You've got 3 AKs now. If they would have had all Mac-10 still, it would have been a different story, but at this point they have the range and firepower to work with as they group up outside of B. And it seems like they want to try and make some ruckus towards that bomb site. Dead Fox attacks the little arm of Scream there. So goes for the smoke. Just going to try and strap some time off the clock and force them to fall back. Over at mid, you've got Haji and Happy. Double H, double the pain as they come through. Happy gets the first kill, takes down Angel. Haji wants the second on Issa, which he will claim. And all of a sudden, there's just 3 men left on the HellRaisers side.
Yeah, all down to Woxic, though, towards Arch. Dead Fox, still the rotation coming in towards A as well. They have no presence towards Quad or towards Apartments, so this may actually be a safe call here. If EnVyUs do go in towards the A site via Quad, yeah, Grenade's going that way as well. It seems like it will be the save being called from HellRaisers. Salvage onto the double CZ by on the scout from Woxic, obviously. Into the next round, they can still have some good effect with that one. CT saving, he's still going to get the round loss bonus. So they can still eco into round number 4, buy into round number 5, but they are going to go down 3-0. Plus, you know, Issa, Angel, most likely going to be going for a save as well. High chance we see the 4-0 lead for EnVyUs, so maybe HellRaisers gifting that one over.
Yeah. Obviously, risk versus reward there in terms of the buy you go for. You could have just gone for the slower round and seen how that one actually did pay off, but instead they go for the force-up. At least you do actually get the free player save, right? So it's not the worst thing in the world. It is still going to be awkward for him, Snods, but if they'd lost all these weapons, it would have been a damn sight worse.
Wow, question is, does Issa and Angel force as well? Let's see. Pause being called. You'd imagine by HellRaisers so they can work this one out. Oh no, it's a technical timeout, so we are going to be going to a pause.
We got some nice core carps on screen there, so I just want to give you a little bit of a fact about these fish. Did you know that koi fish and goldfish are actually distant cousins? They both descend from carp, but goldfish actually came about a long, long time before koi carp did.
Do you know how long before? Are we talking thousands of years? Or?
We're talking a good while. Also, koi fish were developed by farmers who noticed the bright color patches on carp and bred them to try and get them to be really, really beautiful. Like they would keep breeding different types of a bright koi fish together until we got the really nice shiny koi carp we have today.
Wow, forced evolution.
Yeah. And this was also one of the things where back in ancient Japan, they used to be given as gifts as well. One of the first times this happened was in 1914 to grace the Imperial Palace, where they put a koi carp in the moat.
How long does a koi carp live for?
They can actually live for a tremendously long time. One of the oldest living koi carp lived for 226 years.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
200 years?
226 years. Frags coming through though as the early aggression goes down. Going to go for a bit of a push play. Is Bondik and Woxic trying to kill a piece? Happy going to be punished by the scout.
Yeah, I wonder if that carp that was put into that moat is still alive.
Probably not. Probably not these days.
Ah, true. With the water with how it is now, yeah. Yeah, probably not. Well, 2 versus 2 here. As it is the save coming out from both Issa and Woxic. Obviously, there was save weaponry from the last round. But 2 versus 3. AK for Scream, Mac 10 for Haji and Kiyashima. As Dead Fox spots out 2 players here towards quad. But eventually Haji, with that Mac 10, going to be sealing the deal. And now the AK save momentarily coming out from Angel. As he can hold on to that one. Into round number 5. So we'll go 4-0 in favor of EnVyUs. HellRaisers potentially conceding 1 round for free. Giving up quite a good room here for EnVyUs and quite a good buffer on the T side as well. And a lot of cash as well to work with.
Ooh. Might be able to force some weapons out of their hands, though, as Kiyashima does get detected by Angel. Obviously, Angel's main prerogative is to just go for the save with the AK. Scream and Haji that remain into the round. Haji still donning the Mac 10, and this is something that is very, very of a standpoint of his playstyle. Even into rounds where it can be reckless to kill, you know, still be wielding that weapon, Haji will hold it through and hold it through into even gun rounds. We've seen him do it. Obviously, back when he was under the...
always on train, yeah.
Yeah, under the old academy roster with the command of Lambert at the helm.
Lambert, yeah. I wonder what's happened to the academy team. They've gone rather quiet.
Since the move, yeah.
Well, 4-0 here, round number 5. Orp instantly invested into by Woxic, can buy Kevlar as well to back it up with a flashbang too. And actually Angel is a CZ, so if we wanted to be perfectionists, they could swap that over to give the CZ to the Orpa, but we'll let bygones be bygones. As HE grenades rattle off towards middle. It's going to be the double mid play coming out from EnVyUs as they charge up close towards apartments already. Minute 40 left on the clock, and they're already making their way in towards apartments. Banana control coming out from HellRaisers, sending 3 players there. The AWP from Woxic actually towards the B site as well, so they may leave him here alone. Issue is obviously Jack. Woxic lacking a smoke, so once the smoke fades, EnVyUs do come back towards Banana, flash him off the ankle. Woxic is only going to have a flashbang in terms of counter grenades to defend off versus a rush, potentially. 4 players now stationed towards the A side from HellRaisers. Question is, can EnVyUs still fight back versus this? It seems like it will be the Apps burst as Angel, Issa are primed.
Balcony bombardment as they slip their way through. Haji trying to get a frag, but he couldn't quite muster it up. Screaming Kiyashima are the only 2 terrorists to actually do anything. Kiyashima falls short as well towards the end of the round, and that defense on A looking very, very good from HellRaisers that time around.
It is. EnVyUs there have the Mac 10s, the SMGs trying to go for the Apps burst in towards the A side to catch not only HellRaisers off guard, maybe an AWP as well towards Mini Pip. The issue is, though, you saw the great defensive positions there from HellRaisers. Issa playing the headshot angle towards Pit, Angel playing the headshot angle towards Default. They were ready for an outburst. They were ready for where EnVyUs were throwing at them. Obviously, thanks to the banana control, leaving Woxic alone to have the extra player there towards the A site meant that they can hold double towards apartments and not worry too much about quad. And this time, another buy coming out from EnVyUs. All 5 players here, cowering towards banana as they charge through the smoke.
Push coming up towards top banana. See how they opt to play it though. The face from Dead Fox, he risked it for a biscuit, but he doesn't actually get himself a bourbon as he will go down. Response coming through from Woxic with 1 and 2. Doubles it up. Looking for a third as he wanted the triple, but no hat trick will be claimed by the marksman today as Kiyoshima eventually trades it back. They've got side control as well. They can push over. It's now going to have to be a 2 versus 2 on the retake. But Angel only just rotating over. Kiyoshima is incredibly low though. 3 HP is all he has to work with now, Snods.
Yeah, Kiyoshima on 3 HP. Woxic making a 2 versus 3, and one of the players on that T side being incredibly low. So you have to wonder why he has gone for the reface for a 3rd time. Maybe confidence being his downfall.
Do have the HE on Issa. If he chucks that out at the right timing, we could actually blow Kiyoshima out the server here, but they push in. They find the frag anyway, and now it's just on Happy. Defending from Banana, nice. He's got the Molotov, smart play, gonna molly the bomb. Gets that frag as well, but they're still defused. They're just going to be fighting through it. Angel just trying to get the defuse before he gets burnt.
So close.
So close, but at the last second, he is going to be sent off to the Burns Ward. And EnVy get another round as they're actually starting to get themselves a nice buffer of rounds in this T side. 5 picked up, HellRaisers only with 1 thus far.
Yeah, 5-1 here into round number 7. Round was pretty much won there from Woxic. He finds the 2 frags on the second reface as well. Has the man advantage for his team, but goes for that audacious repeat. Concedes the advantage and gives the site over to EnVyUs for free. And they take full effect of that one. 5-1 here. As it is the Eka coming out from HellRaisers. The issue is that they're down to 1,500, so this might be a double save here, Jack. And if it is a double save, we could be staring at a 7-1 scoreline.
It's very true. Kiyoshima with the double entry as well as he kicks this off. Just trying to see if they can get through with all 5 weapons being saved, really. And no casualties on the side of EnVyUs. Bondic goes for the push down with the P250. Tries to cause a bit of a ruckus, but it's not going to happen today. They do actually get through with a flawless round as EnVy have all 5 alive at the end of that one, Snots.
Yeah, 5 players alive, as you said. Cash starting to build for the EnVyUs boys. Obviously losing the first full buy round in round number 5. Going for the reset back onto HellRaisers. Now we see $6,000 there for Scream, 5k for Kiyoshima, 5k for Happy. And Haji investing into... He actually bought Mac 10 and he threw the Mac 10 away for an AK, so he's wasted about $3,000 there.
He has, but Haji actually had a ton of money anyway because he had that Mac 10 for so long. He was kind of the personal bank account there. He could have dropped over to EnVy. This is something he did on the Academy roster a lot as well, where he would stick with that Mac 10 for so long, so he had about 9k. And then if they got into an awkward position with their economy, he could actually bail them out.
Oof. Molotov there bailing out HellRaisers for just a little bit before Happy. As the smoke fades, lands the wallbang headshot there onto Bondic. 3 versus 3. As there is no defuse kit right now onto the CT side, so if EnVyUs do make their mark onto one of these sides to get the bomb planted, this could be awful half already for HellRaisers. Issa alone towards the A side, playing the headshot angle there towards Pit. No information being gathered here from the CT side, so they have no idea where EnVyUs are. They're allowing EnVyUs to walk onto the sites, and with lack of the defuse kit as well, and utility is barren from HellRaisers. This could be a massive mistake.
Happy. Here's for a cheeky little face towards the B-bomb site. He's actually forced the rotate off as well. You can see Woxic holding towards close speedway, but because of that frag from Happy, he rotates in. Obviously, he's not going to see him on the depth cam. He's not going to hear the footsteps out as well, so they don't know. But Issa! Oh. If he would have got the double defense and found both of those frags, then maybe they could have been a huge round, but at the point they're left in, it's a 1v2. Although Happy and Scream are incredibly low, and the face comes round. A fast swing from the Turkish Terminator and Woxic as he tries to get these frags. Fire enough pot shots, but Scream stays alive for so long there. Eventually gets off a flashbang that confused Woxic for a small second as well. He believed it came from behind. Taps the bomb. Happy. He knows how to play these rounds, but he does extend out a little bit early, trying to stay alive and waste so much time. Eventually gets caught on the cross back. Woxic with no kit. Going to jump on the bomb, and I believe he's got this just in the nick of time.
It might get close, but I think he has got it. 2-3 seconds left on that defuse, so Happy running to the right side there. If he ran all the way down the Hall of Apps, may have just given enough time there for EnVyUs. Split second decision being capitalized and exploited by Woxic. 2-6 now. As HellRaisers bring this one back. Woxic with a 1 versus 2. MP9 for Deadfox. FAMAS coming in for Bondic. 3 rifles as well for the rest of the CT buy, but there's no AWP here for Woxic so far. Another full buy here for EnVyUs. So this is at one of the points of the game here in the first half where the winner of this round is going to be receiving quite a fair few more after it. As EnVyUs have now finally run out of cash. The amount they had before that after winning 4 in a row has finally drifted away. And Deadfox with a 1 for 1, and Bondic going to go for the wide face here. As he has the rotation coming in from Danger here through CT. But a 4 versus 4 now. A few of the players from EnVyUs are fairly low, but all they have to do now is group together, have a 4 versus 2 towards one of these sites. As HellRaisers' defense is spread thin.
A minute left on the clock. As EnVyUs make their way back round towards the A site. RPK, though, over at B. He's cut Bondic down as he finds that frag, so it's only Angel that's actually left to defend the site. And this is another rotate. Woxic. He's given up speedway control. He now rotates in to defend on B, but it looks like we're shaping up for another A attack from the side of Envy, but at least HellRaisers have an inkling and reposition.
Woxic, as you said, getting that instinctive feeling to go back towards the A side. It is so quiet towards B. 30 seconds left here. Molotov onto Woxic could be the difference between a round win for EnVyUs or HellRaisers.
Yes, sir. Will he be able to get a spray down off here? Goes for the anti-flash angle, finds the first kill and the second. This already done tremendous amounts of damage, and he wants a little bit more, but Hadji, it's up to him to clutch it. Couldn't muster it up as Woxic on the site defense finds 2 beautiful frags of his AK. Puts Envy in their place, and now breaks their economy as well.
Yeah, RPK and Scream just perfectly lining up there from the AK spray, or the M4 spray, apologies, from Issa. As Woxic made the right rotation to come in towards Library as well. Had the other 2 frags to seal the deal there. 3 versus 4. HellRaisers win 2 in a row, and now the reward is going to be the quasi-buy or the half-buy on that from EnVyUs. It's going to be 3 or 2 sets of Kevlar, apologies, for both Scream and Kirishima. They have gone for that CAS sort of quasi-buy or eco where there is 1 AK in the server onto Scream. So using the aim, can they open up the sites, get aggressive here, find a frag or trade a frag with that AK, get themselves in towards the B side, for example, and have an afterplant position with that AK still in hand. As he can swap it up for Kirishima, who also has Kevlar. But Hadji alone towards apartments. No utility as well, so it's going to be hard to set a fake here to try force over rotations from HellRaisers. But it seems like it will be the B side here on the cards for EnVyUs.
Teep on the edge, get ready to go for the burst round. Deadfox. He does get detected early on. He had the Molotov to obviously force down and try and make the Envy squad break up and either push through or stay behind depending on the damage that's transferred in, but instead of smoke is lobbed out there. Envy have made a ton of noise, so they believe they should have forced a bit of a rotate off. They actually send back quite a few men, only leaving the lurk in RPK. And RPK's had a good job of actually finding these kills towards the B site as well, but this time only armed with a P250 when the true play comes out over at A.
Well, let's see then. All 5 players coming from EnVyUs in towards Arch. Woxic with the off angle here finds the first. Oh, actually lines the second as well, but can't quite connect the third. As Kirishima survives with 19 HP coming in towards the A side. Now is Issa with the headshot angle there towards Pip. Finds 1, finds 2. Happy with the eventual trade, but it's too late. As in the 1 versus 3, he will fall short. 6-4 now as HellRaisers win 3 in a row.
Yeah, that was nice. It was actually sort of the shooting gallery there from Woxic as they came round through Arch, and he was able to find some beautiful frags, and we keep it close, 4-6.
Tactical timeout from EnVyUs here.
And meanwhile, back on the koi carp facts, Nods, did you know that koi fish can actually get sunburned? So they do require shade, because otherwise they can be sunburned if they're too hot and left exposed to the sun for too long. That's not very nice, is it?
Wow, surprising.
Yeah. And also, koi fish not only look the best when they're in a group, as you can see right now in a school of fish in this pool, but that is because they like being together, obviously. They want to be around other koi fish. That keeps them happy, and that keeps them quite nice and into a good position. So don't want to really leave them on their own, but they can actually bully each other.
Wow. Well, they say misery loves company, as they distract themselves from their issues by, you know, being friends.
It's true, but that is the thing, you know, you've got to worry. Sometimes if you get two of the wrong koi fish that have a demeanor that don't like each other, they can have a couple of koi carp fights.
Really? That's what we need, you know, screw, you know, dog fighting and all that. I want to see some carps go at it.
Some carp fighting.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's available somewhere. Push comes down, RPK with the first frag, Scream as well. The headshot machine as he finds the kill on Woxic, and all of a sudden, there's only 3 CTs left. It's been a quick round this far from EnVyUs. Issa, tried to readjust. You can see he had his aim on Boiler, but peak from Happy was too hot to handle. Now they've taken a site control, Snods. I mean, 2 players left, Bondic and Deadfox, pretty much just go for the save at this point.
They're going to have to. Obviously, in terms of the cash, it has been fairly close rounds. You know, 2 versus 2s or the 1 versus 2, for example, with Woxic in a few of the rounds prior. So in terms of cash, they are going to go back down to the $1,400 round loss bonus. But Bondic can drop. Deadfox is going to get $4,000 as well, so he can drop as well. So they can actually go for, let's have a think here. Woxic will have 2.7k, so you can buy a Scout if he wants to, or could go for a FAMAS buy. But Issa, Angel, they can all be dropped over M4s, and actually the buy-in from HellRaisers should be fairly decent. But they are going to go down 7-4 on their CT side here in a 3-round deficit. Yesterday versus ago, it was their CT sides that was struggling so hard. I mean, on Overpass, for example, it was a 7-8 half. They did well on the T side, but the CT side, they didn't actually win a single round. They ended up losing that one 16-8, 16-9, I believe. They won 1 quasi-buy. But let's see, the round 12 Jack. It is going to be the buy, obviously, coming out from EnVyUs. They won the last one fairly convincingly, as the push came through middle, but there's no AWP to hold towards the T-stairs. So it's very hard to actually counter such a peak.
RPK has also been shot by his teammate, level 70.
Was it shot or was it stab?
It might have been a backstab, but that's a huge amount of damage done to the early game. That's not going to be too nice for him. It's not even just a little love tap.
Yeah, speaking of love taps, Bondic and Deadfox been slapped rather aggressively by those HE grenades towards Banana. The counter nades at that. Smoke towards middle. Not going to be stopping and preventing EnVyUs as the UMP from Woxic finds the first frag there onto Kiyashima. 5 versus 4 now. And then 20 left on the clock. 2 players here from HellRaisers still situated towards the A bomb site. Woxic is fairly low, so Issa has to stay alive here for as long as possible.
Well, here comes the push round. Using the utility they have on them. Tons of Molotovs. Still 2. Actually 3 left on Envy. So they can force you out of good positions on the CT side. But, oh, the frag from Angel eliminates Hadji as he's able to detect him with his 6th sense through the smoke. Finally a kill for that T side from RPK. That's a little bit more as well as he finds the second. It's all on RPK to actually now try and clutch this out. And he's gone to B. He can get in towards the B site. There's a welcome mat down. The bomb can be planted. And then he can just invite them in.
Yeah, I mean, if he can just plant openly, lock his wheels essentially, and turret fire towards CT, there's a chance we could be seeing a 1 versus 3 on the cards here. As the bomb is planted, he's down onto 60 HP, but there's still a chance.
There is still a chance. It just needs a little bit of that RPK tank magic to come through. As he loads the personnel shell, finds the first kill. As he rips the head off Angel. This could be some Source RPK magic. As he rolls back the years for the second. Throws the clip in the AK and wants to slay Issa for the third and final frag. Goes for the pre-fire round. He's on 12 HP. And RPK at this situation's done it. He's won the round as the tank reigns supreme.
And there you have it, 1 versus 3. RPK rolling back the years to Source. Only a few months ago, actually, RPK was really impressing us all. 8-4 then. HellRaisers losing the 1 versus 3, and that might be the final loss, the final error that really, you know, breaks the camel's back, essentially. As that's going to be a frustrating round to lose. Not only were you down 4-7, but you have a 1 versus 3. You concede kills 1 by 1. Issa in the 1 versus 1 there. I like that actually just saved it. Just saved the AK. He knew that on 20 HP with no defuse kit, there was a very slim chance he wins that round, especially after how long the bomb was ticked down. And now there's an AK into this round, but he isn't towards the B bomb site.
Ooh.
Instead towards apartments.
Deadfox. Header in 2 nades off his noggin as he gets tagged down to just 1 HP. But he does stay alive. He is actually going to get detected as well there in the end by RPK that finds the frag. Agi on 55 HP, RPK on 83 as this push comes round now in towards the B-bomb site. Bondic stays alive, fights through RPK. Pistol whips him with his P250. But eventually the trade is there by Happy. Angel with a deagle though! Dominance being displayed as he finds a double kill with a 50 cal. Switches out to the P2K and will give the deagle to Woxic, passes over his legacy. and asks him to finish it off, and Woxic says, you know what, I will. Gets the headshot on Happy, and it's just Scream left. The bomb is down, but Scream into a 1v1. Issa with the response to the intelligence play from the rear as he finds the headshot on the headshot machine, and they win that round.
Gosh, Issa playing that one so well there in the 1 versus 2. Holding, he knew that Scream had to go back in towards Banana, clear Banana to get a good after-plant position, but the bomb wasn't even planted for Banana, so... awkward situation for him, nevertheless, even if he found that frag, but yeah, can't be understated. Angel there, the 2K from the Deagle, brings back confidence here to HellRaisers, and maybe a lifeline dished out to them as they get to 5. Envy so close to a 9-4 score and already having such a stellar half on their terrorist side. And for Envy, these are must-win maps if they want a chance of staying in Pro League here and avoiding that auto-relegation spot. LDLC maybe watching this game as well, rather uneased.
This push comes up. Envy, look like they're going to return towards the A site. The last time we saw this, it was a bit of a struggle for them to actually get in. But are things going to change around this time? As this push slowly develops, waiting just towards second mid right now, running the default. Woxic expecting a push on quad.
Well, utility going to be deployed here towards the A site. EnVyUs not going to be pouncing off of it just yet. Maybe trying to force out the Molotovs from HellRaisers and try and draw out and bleed out all the possible utility they can before they make their final move. As with a minute left, we see the CZ there for Scream. Mac 10 onto low HP for Hadji onto 20 HP, but nevertheless, they can still come in here hot and fast.
They're trying to burst their way around. Hadji leads the charge of the Mac 10 as per usual. He's a bit of a maniac when it will happen, but he can't really cause too much mayhem. He is punished. Turkish Terminator comes through as well, but misses the follow-up frag, but his teammate will do the damage instead. It's all on Keo, the clutch man, the king in the round, but can he actually save it for Envy? 1v2. Has to recover the bomb. The CTs are close. But Keo, he's got a read on this. He knows. Finds the first. Tried to cut down the second, but Dead Fox will do it. 6-8 is the scoreline, as it's looking like this is going to go 7-8.
Yeah, especially when you look at the buy now as well. Just going to be 2 AKs. Hadji again with the Mac 10.
He loves it.
He does love it. He does love it. 2 CZs for RPK Happy, 2 AKs for Kiyashima Scream, and of course, the aforementioned Mac 10 for Hadji. And only no helmet bought into by Woxic. Is still going to have the Molotov to work with. Kiyashima, one of the AKs, already taken out of this server. Just 15 seconds in.
Hadji trying to go for the trade back. Wanted to bait out the shot as he went for the slow peek round. Showed a bit of leg. Hadji tagged up incredibly low, though. They're still fighting through as they bound their way around. The movement from Hadji looking wonderful there, but RPK gets the trade back. Oh, RPK with a second frag of the round as well. He's looking lethal right now. It's a shame he's actually been laid to waste, but the A site has been claimed. Happy. He's going to go for the bomb plant. You've got Scream on the AK as well. Maybe there's still a chance left in this for Envy to make it a 9-6.
2 versus 2. AKs retrieved as well for Happy. As now they make their move in towards this A site. Bondik, Dead Fox, both of them the defuse kit. Molotov as well for Bondik with Cam Ollie out towards Pit, but actually Scream playing in towards the under balcony position will be smoked off momentarily.
There goes the push up onto the site. The MP9 in close range is where it's at its best as he just runs through the first. Dead Fox actually picks up the second as well. He'll discover the bomb. He's not got much time, but he should still get it through with the defuse. And that's a 7-8 scoreline. HellRaisers finding their footing towards the later stages of the first half.
It's very true. They were down 8-4. And they bring it back 8-7. So RPK's 1 versus 3 will net EnVyUs the win of the half-time here with that 1 round buffer going into their CT side. But obviously Inferno, actually fairly even it feels like. Maybe 60-40 in terms of percentages in favor of the CT side. You know, we're used to seeing 8-7s, 9-6s, usually in favor of the CT side. So actually good job here so far from Envy. When looking at the veto as well, I was expecting a 1-1. Envy taking Inferno, Cobblestone going in favor of HellRaisers. And right now EnVyUs rock bottom on 7 points. This is a must-win map here as a bare minimum because they're trailing 8 points behind LDLC with a 4-map difference. So they need to win 3 maps to be drawn or even have a lead. So they cannot afford, losses like this. They need to have the wins versus teams such as HellRaisers or Go. They cannot, put it all down to best of 2s versus, the later stages such as, your G2s or your Astralises.
Yeah, you really can't. You have to try and buck up your ideas soon and make a decision double time. But let's see how it's going to go. Round number 16, the second pistol. As we dive back into it, Keo spotting out towards mid. Happy, just waiting for the contact face on B. Does drop the smoke quite early. They are going to try and push around this Angel. Just spamming through, making a ton of noise, Nuns.
Yeah, but we know that Dead Fox is the utility player on their pistol rounds. Smoke flash for him. You got to rate that, actually. Brought into HellRaisers as a star AWPer, deducts himself down for Oscar, then deducts himself, you know, down again to be the support player to allow Woxic to have his space in his room here into this team. And now we see them coming back towards the B side. Slight lag between Bondik and Issa coming in towards the B side, so we will be waiting for that, but Kiyashima may be hearing the steps here.
Oh yeah, if he can cut off the rotate. The lethality of this play would be incredible. Keo with a double. King of the pistol there as he finds that beautiful couple of shots. Scream as well, just spamming through, but it's the elevated angle from Happy that should be dominant. As Dead Fox and Angel both tagged up so low. Scream on the face, but no real frags coming through. RPK though beats down Woxic. Just 2 men left alive on the T side. Dead Fox knows he has to make a play, but he couldn't muster it up. It's left on the IGO and capped in the brain box for the side. Angel leads by example. 3 quick frags looking for the 4th. Up against Hadji as he's left in the 1v1. Trying to take the pot shots. Hadji has more HP, and Hadji had the firepower and the confidence, finds the frag, and wins Envy the second pistol.
Oh my goodness, what a scare for both teams. Kishi with a quick 2K towards the T-stairs. And then Angel there lines up the 2 headshots in it towards the CT position before the bomb was down. Would have been a nice very nice 1 versus 4 actually, but you know, everything can happen in life for ourselves. Round number 17 though, 9-7, 2-round advantage here for EnVyUs as they have now won both pistols, remember, in this best of 1 essentially onto Inferno. It's going to be the 4 CZ buy coming out from HellRaisers. It's going to be Bondik down to the PT50 smoke flash as well, so we can invest into more utility. But once again, we saw Envy with the 5 Mac 10 buy on the T side into round number 2. And now into round number 17, we're seeing the 5 SMG buy once again. 4 MP9s and the UMP for Happy. But no defuse kits.
And that is risky. If we get into a situation here where they over-rotate, we see a sneaky plant come through from HellRaisers. If you ain't got that kit, it really forces you to go for a aggressive play, potentially not clear an angle here and there. It doesn't work out too well if you don't have that defuse kit in certain rounds.
Especially for the retake as well, in towards the A side, for example, lacking the rifles, you know, peeking in towards pit, peeking in towards under balcony, apartments, the default site, graveyard when you're coming up quad or when you're coming up towards arch. Having no long-range firepower may be a downfall here for EnVyUs. But smoke's going in towards the A site. Flashbangs as well going to be deployed. But actually the real players coming in towards B. They're trying to wrap themselves through CT in towards the B side. Down to RPK and Kiyashima, but there's no long-range rifle just to mow down the T players as they come through CT.
This is the thing. They're still going for the 5 SMG buy. It's what we saw on their T side, but on your CT side, you need a bit of range at times. And they're just going to try and play up close and personal. Woxic kills Kiyashima, but RPK coming back through. Can the tank actually get some damage off? But it's Screaming Hadji that actually find the necessary frags. RPK still sticking by the garden for the meantime. Oh, Hadji needed to net that one, but instead it's RPK and Scream to punish. Woxic the only one left standing. Oh, Woxic does it with a CZ. Stays alive as they push him. And they've been punished. The SMG buy, it's a bit risky. 5 SMGs on both halves. I don't know if I agree with it.
Maybe Hadji just came into the roster, showed them the power of the Mac 10 and the EMP9 and thought, oh like, my goodness, this guy knows.
This guy knows what's up.
Well, 9-8, then HellRaisers, the force buy back victory. As an awkward 1 versus 2 there between Woxic and the players from EnVyUs. As RPK missing the spray at the end there with the MP9. It can get quick, you know, it can get quite awkward there towards the latter stages of the spray.
It's one of those guns that if you aren't quick at just being able to get a fast flick to the head and get a couple of dinks down, then it doesn't really work out too well for you. It's not really a weapon that's sustainable over a long period of time.
Indeed. Well, it's going to be the force buy back here for EnVyUs. So HellRaisers, if they win this one, it goes 9-9, obviously, and then an eco should come out from MV, and then potential for double digits already for HellRaisers if they can make it to 10 versus the eco into the next round. But obviously, they still have to fight versus the triple CZ by Deagle for Kiyashima. And Smoke for Haji with the 5-7. But, you know, only Kevlar for Scream, so it seems like this might be a throwaway round here from Envy.
Yeah, you've definitely got to favour HellRaisers, but that is a nice dink, at least. Angel takes a bit of a hit. Brings him down to 19 HP. Dead Fox on 80. The rest of them still fully healthy on 100. So they go for their push round. 30 seconds left on the clock, Snods, as time starts to tick away. They're going to try and slip round up the ace site, but Haji had to defend it with the 5-7. Couldn't muster it up. No furious flags coming through this time. Issa as well. Obliterates Happy, and that's it. Throw in the tower, go for the save. You've got Deagle, 2 CZs, and they're just going to back off and keep themselves with those weapons.
Just going to be saving, as you said, the upgraded pistols here for EnVyUs. Deagle for Kiyashima, 2 CZs as well for RPK and Scream. Kevlar for Scream as well, so if they do find a weapon into the next round, if they push towards apartments, for example, get that frag, get it onto Scream, maybe you can back it up with an AK and have a highlight round. Or the MAC-10 actually could be fairly decent here from Dead Fox, as he will be running away here to try and save it. From behind, from the rear is Bondic, as we see many, many whiffs today with these SMGs. 9-9 here, should be the Eco now coming out from EnVyUs, as HellRaisers is pretty much destined here to get to double digits already on their T side, and Envy, we thought they were going to be the ones with the mental advantage after the 1 versus 3 from RPK. But ever since then, you know, they were 8-3, 8-4 up. And now it's a 9-9 scoreline, so HellRaisers into the middle portion of this matchup are bringing it back.
It's true, Snods. Very close affair between both these teams, currently sitting at 9-9. But it's anyone's game. The thing is with EnVyUs is, as much as they're a team that right now are going through a bit of a rough patch and they struggle, you can't really count them out in any situation. They kind of have these weird moments of bursts of energy where they'll just go huge. I mean, it's like the round we saw from RPK. You never expect it, and then out of nowhere he goes on to win a round.
Wow. Technical timeout now called.
Yeah, we've lost someone from that roster there.
So, someone from HellRaisers having an issue. Obviously, they called the quick tack pause, but actually it was for a technical reason. So, obviously, we have to wait for them to come back into the server, Jack.
Well, Snots, in the meantime, what has 1 head, 1 foot, and 4 legs?
Exodia.
No.
Say that again?
What has 1 head, 1 foot, and 4 legs?
No. A toothbrush would have, like, a lot more legs than that. I'm not sure.
No? Do you want the answer?
Yeah.
It's a bed. 1 head, 1 foot, and 4 legs.
Ah, yeah, I know. Well, that one's good. That one's good. Is that? That's a good cheeky opening line as well.
What, a bed? Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Well, back into it. Round 19, 9-9. It's all tied up. It's all to play for. But the fact is, the HellRaisers buy is a whole lot stronger than what EnVyUs have brought to the table.
That is very true. No Kevlar here for EnVyUs into this one, as it is going to be the MP9 from Issa. Obviously saved back when we saw the 5 investment into the SMGs from EnVyUs, so that's been kept here for a few rounds. CZ for Dead Fox as he's trying to keep things as cheap as possible. Well, going to be getting the information that there's no one towards this B site here. Bomb should go down eventually towards B. Scream will be making his way in towards the B bomb site, but hopefully in the meantime, RPK and Co can get some frags here, but it will only be just 1.
Bondic with a kill on Happy as he picks up that frag with a MAC-10. Ideally, last alive. Only with a Deagle. Bondic in position as he pushes round, but loses his face, the Scream there.
Makes it look easy.
Effortlessness. Effortlessness?
Effortlessly. Well, keeps the Deagle up. Obviously, the MAC-10, $600 per kill, so that could be fairly effective in terms of buying utility into the next round. You know, 1 frag with that MAC-10 could be a Deagle investment. Deagle investment. A Molotov investment. Well, keeps the Deagle up, loses the jewel. And now the question is, for HellRaisers, do they keep the UMP for HellRaisers? Do they keep the same tempo, playing slow, playing steady, then going for the late run executions? Or do they try and up the tempo?
It's a good question. What are they going to switch up? What comes into the playstyle here? Woxic with the AWP as well. And there is no counter AWP on Envy. They couldn't afford it on that CT side, so it's not going to be whipped out. And it leaves a little bit of a gap in your defense. It allows Woxic to try and play a more aggressive style, but still, T-side to Inferno. I mean, he's got to get a frag in the first few seconds of the round here, really. He tries to go for a pick, mate, you imagine.
Grenades exchanged across Banana. That's the only real damage here being dealt onto Issa towards apartments by Scream. So, 70 HP for him. 2 players towards apartments and 3 towards Banana as well, as it seems like they will gain control towards Banana, maybe leave 1 player here, go back towards mid, get mid control. But with having the double play towards Apps, it may be a concluding round here towards the ace side. But HellRaisers is going for the fairly normal default here, getting control towards apartments, then Banana, then you group back towards middle, you gain control towards mid, and then you can go for that late mid-round call. You know, you have control towards everywhere. You can feel out where you think the weakness is for EnVyUs in terms of if you get frags or they use their Molotovs too early, or you think you're going to be having success onto that side. But Angel, going for more than just map control.
Here as well, the elevated angle can always work well for a moment of surprise as he strikes against Angel. Support of RPK, but Keo going to play around and bait him there as he goes for the peak instead. As it does work quite nicely. You get that second frag, you trade it back through. He's delayed as well. Oh. Loses his head there as eventually the peak comes around from Bondic. They've now secured the site control and it's a retake situation. They've got to try and get that bomb down, but Happy, maybe if he would have got that kill, it could have been manageable. But at this point, it's going to be a struggle, really. 2 versus 3, but Haji allowed to find the kill. Issa playing a bit cheeky from the heightened position. 2v2 can be doable, depending on how they actually opt to play this one. Flashbang goes over. Haji killed by Woxic's AWP, and Woxic heads the 2k into the round, going to use it to defend the bomb site rather than going for a pick in the early game.
Yeah, surprising play there from HellRaisers. Expecting the slow default, instead they up the pace. Even though it goes 2 for 1 towards the B bomb site, they still manage to get the bomb planted, and as soon as you get that AWP into Ruin, it can be quite an awkward scenario there for the CTs to cross through that CT position. Mac 10 for Dead Fox. But apart from that, a full buy here for HellRaisers, as they are anticipating a weak buy from Envy, and they wouldn't be wrong. And the good thing to see from EnVyUs is actually they're not going for the over-investments into these sorts of half-buy rounds. You know, it's just going to be upgraded pistols, there's no utility, there's no Kevlar, apart from Scream and Haji. But it means going into the next buy round, they're going to have the Molotovs to take Banana control, they're going to have the Molotovs to delay HellRaisers on their executions, for example, or they can run the double upset if they wanted to for Happy. If they wanted to. Who would run the second AWP on this team? Kiyashima?
I mean, maybe potentially Haji could pick it up. We saw him actually using that a few times back in the Academy roster. It wasn't a weapon that he was a stranger to when he had to bring it out as a secondary AWP.
Yeah, that is quite interesting, actually. That could make things quite awkward. Obviously, HellRaisers is going for the contact plays. We saw in the last round just walking into B. Potentially the double up setup could be fairly effective, but a 180 there from Dead Fox will find the frag onto Happy. Angel towards the A site chimes in. It's now 4 versus 3. They make their way in towards the A site. Scream alone here towards Pits.
Scream waiting to fight the good fight as he peeks up. Gets a little dink, but that's it. Another kill from the AWP of Woxic. It's only RPK and Kia that are left alive into this. I mean, you've got a Deagle, Mat 10, P250 and RPK. You can try play for exit frags, I guess, as they do just hold this angle towards CT spawn, but likelihood of getting too much out of this is going to be fairly low, especially when RPK goes down like that. Keo can just recover the Mat 10. Could actually peek out through library, go for the attack on them, but he loses his head.
Wow, another buy coming out now from EnVyUs, and they really have to start kicking into 6th gear. Remember, Jack, they were up 8-4. They lose the 1 versus 2 to Woxic's pistol when he's on 15 HP, and ever since then, it's all gone rather stale. Being up 9-7, and now being down 9-12. So with the AWP coming out from Happy. 1 defuse give there for Kiyashima. But you can see from EnVyUs, they are actually keeping about 400 or $900 in their bank balance, which means they can actually buy up into the next one if HellRaisers do win this one. Obviously, they are going to be onto the maximum roundless bonus, which means plus 2.4k. You know, you're going to be seeing 4.5k there for RPK, Kiyashima. Scream could buy potentially Haji as well, but there would be a distinct lack of utility. So, slow round once again from HellRaisers. They are feeling out the process, gaining map control towards apartments, towards Banana, and it seems like it's been effective so far.
Slow and steady for HellRaisers though as they group up towards the A site. Just going to leave a lurking dead fox over at Banana. Oh, they go for the double push down and actually try to challenge this. He's got a smoke which you will throw down, then immediately get out of there. Causes you to panic and question, brings a small amount on the side of Envy. But here comes the push. Haji from the heightened angle on balcony needs to be dominant. Support from Happy as well. But it just depends on when the get-go kicks off. Well, will he be able to defend the site from the threats?
And the viruses, but is there going to be protection towards this site? Then Happy goes for the reface, spots the leg there onto Angel through the smoke, but unable to connect the shots. Runs them off through the smoke, but there will be Angel denying the kill. Issa as well goes down. It's, ooh, a flurry of blue here. It's instantly all 5 frags found there for EnVyUs. It seems like they have got their antivirus.
Yep, that was nice for him, being able to bring that one up. Firewall looking good towards the A site. Round 23 now, 10 to 12. As Envy actually do pick up a round, but they still need a whole lot more. They're getting into the final portions as well now, so it's basically do or die for either of these squads if they want to get that momentum going from HellRaisers. They've got a 2-round lead, but will it carry on?
Same old here from HellRaisers. Orb from Moxie calling for a mid-peak. 2 riflers towards Banana, 2 riflers towards apartments. They have been very successful here towards B. Maybe that is going to be their port of call into this one as well, obviously. Formally going to the A side in the last round. Again, absolutely annihilated 5-1 in terms of the frags. Smoke towards top of Banana. Molotov as well to delay the push from HellRaisers. Angel still going to try to go for this first kill. He lost the duel earlier versus Kishima, but they still went for the 2-1 trade and won that round towards B. As RPK going to be tested here.
Push comes through. Angel finds the kill on RPK. They clear out Happy as well. Keo just knows he needs to get back, as he's only left on 30 HP, so immediately going to reposition. At this point, you might as well just call it quits. Go for the save. Keo just going to grab the AWP, go for an early face, but then run away as he realizes it doesn't really work out.
Save cool. But Bondek spots him out here towards the A side. As he is but alone. Kyoshima, 20 HP with the AWP. 2 M4s as well for both Scream and Haji with the defuse kit there as well for Haji. So, yeah, good call to save here. They are going to have the $1,400 round last bonus. So Haji can drop over a FAMAS. Kishima can drop over a M4, actually 2. Happy. RPK can actually buy M4 Kevlar, but no utility. So most likely going to go for a UMP buy and buy up the grenades as well. As long as all 3 players do save, which they do so far. So, in terms of cash, RPK, as I said before, can actually drop over or invest into M4 Kevlar, no helmet. As now, Envy have to take the tactical timeout, Jack. They have to work out how do we distribute our funds, how do we get the best possible buy, how do we also fix our issues. As we've only won 2 rounds so far on their CT side, and that was the pistol in the last buy round as well. So HellRaisers is looking strong.
Yeah, HellRaisers is in a pretty good position to actually close this game out now. And for Envy, they're going to be envying the fact that HellRaisers have had such a good run since they've gone onto their T side. As they've been playing with confidence, they've been looking aggressive, they've been able to just walk into sites, bludgeon them, leave them dead on the ground, and overthrow that defense countless times. But is there going to be a shake-up? Pause for Envy. Off the back of that, what changes? Happy with the AWP. Kiyoshima with 1 M4, second M4 on Scream. We've got the AK on Haji, and RPK finally with a FAMAS.
Well. Round number 24 then. As Envy are 1 round away from being reset. And that could be then trying to fight back against overtime, potentially 50-10 down if HellRaisers win the next 2. And that could be as good as done. As same default that's been working here for HellRaisers. They've only lost 1 buy round, remember, so they are going to go back to what's working. Don't try and fix what isn't broken. Same passive setup here from Envy. Kiyashima towards Coffin. RPK playing again towards the second oranges. But they are allowing HellRaisers to get into Banana, so, you know, an execution could be very easy here for HellRaisers in towards the B-bomb site. Molotovs towards the oranges and whatnot. Molotovs towards Emo and back boxes could be extremely potent here. As now Issa joins the flank as well towards B, leaving just Bondic alone towards the A side. But he has the Molotov double smoke. He can try to sell a bit of a fake, but apart from that, the bomb actually going back towards A, so it's all but a ruse.
Lampoon them. Let's see if it works out well. Happy finds that kill on Angel as he'll strike in with the AWP. Using it like a shotgun, but here comes the push in towards the A site. Can EnVy actually get themselves an 11 for this number 14 for HellRaisers as they try and raise Hell. The first frag will be found. Hadji as well, striking back with the AK-47 on Dead Fox, but there's a wall bang from Woxic that is so tasty. Another kill. Woxic on a mad one right now with the AWP as he's annihilating him with the weapon. And it's all down to Kiyashima to clutch it. Is he going to be the clutch king today? Or is he going to be wiped away? Woxic has the angle. Woxic, he always hits these shots. As he goes for the quick face, baits him in with the arm. Woxic now knows, misses the initial shot, but gets it on the second.
That's a nice shot there, the second one as well, landing the jump and instantly going for the shot onto Kiyashima. 10 to 14. 3 versus 2 changed course because of that AWP. And now, round number 25, you know, might be the eco here coming out from EnVyUs. They are going to go down 15 to 10. And it seems likely they are going to play for overtime, Jack. Nothing going to be invested into apart from Hadji. Just going to go for the Flash 5-7 Kevlar as well. As HellRaisers seem poised now to close this one out in fairly convincing fashion.
Woxic holds early for the face to come through towards mid. No initial peek there, though, Snonces. Obviously, for EnVy, it's just with a pistol, so you just want to play close angles. They're stacked up on A. Dead Fox, if he goes over towards the B site, though, and actually tests the waters, they could discover there's a welcome mat down, and B site's been conceded for free.
Wow. No MAC-10 or SMG here from HellRaisers to easily throw in towards the B site, which could be expendable. Instead, though, EnVyUs are going to show their hand. The 5-man push towards middle is going to give all the information that HellRaisers need to go towards the B site for free. As we see a 3 versus 3 here. Happy with the AK. The issue, though, obviously, no Kevlar behind these weapons that they have got in their arsenal. And as well, Angel can deny the rotations towards the B site.
Angel getting that kill, as he does take down Happy. So they're into a pretty nice position now at this point. Snods, obviously, 4 HellRaisers. This should be the 15th. And they are just smoking EnVyUs right now. Just leaving them dead on the ground. It is not looking good at all for that EnVy squad. And they're going to need to wake up soon if they have any chance of actually getting back into this. You've got match point. They need the next 5 rounds on the trot. Actually force this out into OT, or this is going to be a HellRaisers win. And Keo, he's been obliterated there as well. Scream, the only one that's trying to clutch onto his AK-47 as the push comes in. Will he hold onto Kalashnikov, or will he be killed? Oh, barely stays alive fighting against the IGL there for HellRaisers.
29 frags for Woxic. As the pause will now come through, you would imagine from EnVy. As they have the buy, AWP for Happy, but it will be the tactical timeout coming up from EnVyUs. So what did they change here on the CT side? They know that they are versus a very slow HellRaisers currently, you know, going in towards apartments, getting control there, getting control towards Banana. Do they try and counter back with map control towards B itself and throw the double Molotov and smoke towards the bottom of Banana and try and get it in their hands instead, and obviously leave Happy alone towards B, rotate 4 players towards A and try have a better defense towards the Alpha bomb site? Or do they just use the AWPs to potentially try and, you know, get the contact kills versus HellRaisers if they keep walking into their scopes?
Well, you got the double AWP set up, one on Dead Fox, one on Woxic. It can be risky. T-side double AWP, you don't leave yourself open for too many opportunities. It's quite a forced strat, but Dead Fox with the first, Woxic with the second, so what do I know? As they absolutely annihilate them into the early round.
Oh,
Dead Fox as well. Dons the secondary AWP, but shows it like a superstar.
And there you have it. Scream dead as well. A 15-second round.
And it's all on the AWPs as well.
2 AWPs, yeah. 5 frags, 15 seconds, and 2 AWPs. Sounds like a highlight movie. As it's going to go 16 to 10. Initially, EnVyUs winning the second half pistol, going up 9 to 7. And they conclude 16 to 10. So 9 to 1 was the second half scoreline basically after the pistol.
Yeah, and that is crazy. I mean, Envy, they had a pretty good start, right? It looked like they actually had cohesion, they had momentum, they were actually finding some really lovely shots as well, but as soon as we got into the late stages, HellRaisers, they knew how to counter them, they knew how to overthrow them, and overthrow them they did. Yeah,
I mean, the slow default every single round worked so perfectly there from HellRaisers. 2 towards apartments, 2 towards Banana as well, leaving Woxic alone towards middle to hold for a mid face. And then, yeah, you gain Banana control. You can either fully execute onto the B side just in case there's an AWP there, or you can just go for the contact plays. You know that they're going to be facing you with the rifles. Get the trades, get the 1 versus 2s, or the 2-for-1 trades, for example, as we saw from RPK and Kiyashima. It should be easy to win for that point.
Yeah, well, there you have it. The game is going to be wrapped up as HellRaisers find success and take the first map, but there is still more to come. We have a second map coming up after this. That is going to be Cobblestone. There's a whole lot of Inferno and Cobble today, so I hope you enjoy those maps. But for the meantime, enjoy this highlight reel from this spectacular game we just witnessed. We'll be back after the break.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Vetway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G,